we're not selling a product here only. We're doing something to the world. Every single people who is buying our product, every single customer, they're eliminating plastic.
And I think that's what makes us a little bit different entrepreneurs, right? Is for good or bad, we just don't give up.
Hard life first, easy life later.
Welcome to the $1 Million Sellers Podcast. Today we have Alberto on the call. Alberto is a pretty interesting guest. He came from Brazil, found success on Amazon. He did $5 million in revenue this past year. And what I also really like is he's got 50% of his business off Amazon. And he's going to share some of the things that have helped him be successful off of Amazon as well. So definitely stick around for that information. But it's great to catch up with Alberto. I got to meet him in Miami at the beginning of the year on the yacht party. Have you been to anything like that, Alberto, since then?
Yeah, party like that, big like that. No, it was
Yeah.
my first time for all these people. There's amazing people there. Like three big yachts. It's not only one. It was three. Remember?
Right. You're right.
Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool day.
And Alberto, you were one of the ones who stuck around because some people got picked up on the boat, right? Went back to the airport or whatever they had to do. But I remember coming back into Miami, and there was just like a select group of us on there, and the music was just pumping, everybody was dancing, the drinks were flowing. That was such a good time. Definitely a big hat tip to the MDS event team for putting that one on.
Definitely, it was such a great time. Like you said, especially at the end when you have like everyone gathered together, like whoever was in other boats, like every people was like in one boat, like having fun, the music, the drinks, and everything.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
The sushi chef, man, the big water slide.
Yeah.
I'll have to throw in some clips of the yacht party if you guys are able to fit that into the podcast episode.
Yeah, it was fun. So it was really fun.
Well, it's good to catch up with you and give you a chance to share your story. I think you've got a great one, coming from another country, coming to America, and doing what you've been able to accomplish. So for those of the listeners that don't know you yet, like why don't you go ahead and just tell us where you're from, what brought you here, and what led you to get into Amazon.
Yeah, so I am from Rio. I don't know if you ever been to Rio?
I have not, man. It's on the list of places to go.
Yeah, I'm try to prepare a big trip for the next year to Rio for the MDS members. So I'm gonna keep you posted about it and everyone for the carnival and everything. So we're looking forward for that. So yeah, I'm from Rio. So I came to US 7 years ago. I was in vacation here, so I met my wife here, actually. It was pretty interesting. No, I came here in August, and then in December I came again to look for business here, to start something. And then I met my wife, we started dating, and then went back to Brazil, and then started long distance dating. And then I came back here in 2016. This was 2015. December 2016, February I was here. Back here, and then when I was here, I still have my business in Brazil. It's an office there with the insurance, and then here I was like just looking what to do, looking which opportunities I could have as business here. I did all the insurance. I was supposed to start insurance agency here too, so I did all the tests and everything I got all my license for insurance. And at the time I was studying and getting my license for insurance, I discovered Amazon. So when I discovered Amazon, I just went deep studying about, was direct to private label. I never did wholesale or retail arbitrage, nothing like that. And it's really interesting for me business because I always had the idea to have my own brand. So this was an opportunity for me to have a supply in China, make my product, do something different on the product, have my brand on it, and then sell. And then I could not only sell online, which catch me at the time is I'm not going to do a sale online. I'm going to create valuation for my brand. So yeah, from there, I started with my first product. We are in the eco-friendly niche here, so we're passionate for what you do. My wife and I, we have this business together. We have this brand, which we have 100 skills. But yeah, for me, it's really interesting because it's not my first language, English. So at the time when I was studying, a lot of the stuff that I was studying, like I was not have the challenge to learn about it, but to learn in English was interesting challenge for me. Yeah, that's where we are right now. Right now have like a brand like selling on Amazon, off Amazon, and everything.
Yeah, that's tough, man, to throw in like learning a new language into learning about a business, man. Like I can't even really imagine that. I know it's definitely pretty difficult, but kudos to you to figuring that stuff out. I'm sure the health of your brain got a little stronger from having to learn all that information, right? They say learning a new language really, it's like a mental workout for your brain. So good on you for that.
I did both. Actually, it's really interesting because I used the business to help me to learn English.
Cool.
So, when you study English, you can watch a video and so learn from the video. So I was learning from the video and learning the business at the same time. So it's pause it. Okay, which word is that? And then take a note and stuff. So it's pretty interesting.
Nice. Yeah. So you said it was like 2015. How old were you when you got started?
I'm 41 right now. So 7 years ago, 34.
34. Nice.
I'm 41 now. Yeah, it was 2000. And now my business, when I came here was 2016. My business started 2018. Okay. But my business, all this time I was like doing other stuff, like I told you, insurance and working. I'm from Vegas, and so working some events here at the time and everything. Trying to figure it out, until I discover Amazon. And then Amazon started 2018, end of 2018, November. So basically, when you ask about my business, as a business who have like a cash flow and everything going on, was 2019.
Okay. How much did you get started with in 2018? Like, how much money did you put into the Amazon business?
Yeah, we put $2,500 at the time. Besides the money we spent to register the business and also the brand. We start, when I learned, it was like MVP is really low to start at the time. Like, minimum viable product is really low for us. You can start with a product, for example, if the product is $2, 1,000 units, or 500 units is $1,000, 1,000 units is $2,000. So it's like, I can work on that. And then we start growing from there, from the first product to the second, third, and then we lead to have 100 skills growing outside Amazon. At the same time, we like making money on Amazon.
Okay, nice. And what else did you have going on during this time in your life? It sounds like you were juggling a couple different things, maybe in addition to a relationship, right?
Before Amazon, you mean?
Well, just like, you said you were doing the insurance agent thing for a while. Did you stop doing that and move to Amazon, or was there a period of time where you were doing both?
Yeah, the story about that is really interesting because I started studying to get my license. It's on property and casualty and all the health and life insurance. It's really, actually, that was my first challenge with English. So I did everything in English. It was really, really interesting too, because big books like that, I don't know if anybody who is listening to this did insurance or have the test for insurance. So I did the test. I studied like crazy. I did everything, and then when you have your license, you start getting opportunities to work with a company or to have your own agency. I was looking forward to have my own agency, and then I had an interview with some companies for them to like sponsor me. So they're gonna sponsor you, have your own agency, or you buy an agency that already exists. And at the time, I did everything with one of the big companies in US, and then I was starting my own agency, like was doing the training inside there and everything. And when I was doing that, I discovered Amazon.
Okay.
So when I discovered Amazon, the thing is, I was looking to have an opportunity to have a business that I have freedom. At the time when I was looking what I was gonna do, I was gonna have employees under my agency. I was gonna have an agency that I need to go there every day. I was looking and thinking, oh, it is what I want right now. I want a freedom. I want to travel around the world. I want to do other stuff. I don't want to be stuck in an office. I don't think this makes sense for me. So I took the action to go full on Amazon. It's like, I need to make this happen. So that's what I did. I made it happen because it was the opportunity for me to have my freedom. And was at the time when I started my first product, I took I literally burned my bridge. So, or I went to the island and burned my boat because I sold my car. We went to a 3-month to stay in Portugal. And then we need to, my wife left her job right when we still selling on one product. And then we went full experience living in Europe at the time and working on Amazon at the same time. Which means we rent our house here, went there. If it didn't work, we will have a big problems because we didn't have anything back. So we need to make it happen. So we did. We make it happen. We just went full on that. Believe that this was a great business after everything that I studied. All the data that I learned about it, because this business is interesting because you learn from the data. Now you don't put your product to sell that you know what's the demand, you know everything. You just need to do a good job. So that's what I did. Yeah.
Nice. So
this full thought is that.
Yeah, it sounds so easy, when you talk about it, right? You make it sound like, oh yeah, I sold this, sold that, quit my job, moved here. What was that like for you in the moment? I mean, was it a little scary and you just had a lot of confidence in yourself, or did you just, were you just focused on living life on your own terms, so you were just okay with what you had to do? What was that conversation like in your head that led you to make that decision?
Yeah, to be honest with you, just for me to be here talking to you right now in English, being part of this group, it's something that it's not easy for where I came from, because honestly, it's where I came from is really poor area and everything. So when you talk about this, I already have a different mindset. My mindset is I can do whatever I want if I focus on do it. So I believe, I don't know if you believe in that. I believe in law of attraction and everything. Whatever you want to attract to your life, you're gonna have it. If you think about this and you make sure in your mind that this is gonna make sense, this is gonna happen, this is gonna work. So that's what I did. I had something in hand that, okay, I have this business to make happen. I need to make it happen somehow. So that's why we need to have the opportunity to start building the brand outside Amazon at the same time, because instead of waiting Amazon to make more cash flow, we start having the money from Amazon and investing on our D2C site, and then later on our B2B business, which we're going to talk about here. And yeah, I have this mindset, Nick, that whatever I want to do, I'm going to do in my life, for my body, for my health, for business. And that's how the power of the mind is incredible. I really believe in that. I'm a really big fan of Tony Robbins, for example. I always talk about that. And then I'm a proof of that. I'm here. I'm in a different country, different culture. I left something behind that, not left behind. I still have my friends there and everything, of course. But when I mean left, I grow so much when I'm in different environment and I make it happen, that I believe you can do it. Because if it's scary, I don't know if this is gonna happen. Of course it's not easy. Life is not easy. Life is hard, man. Life is not easy, but we need to make it happen. It's you know how I feel the thing I have for my life? You have two choices in your life. Or you have an easy life now and hard life later, or hard life now and easy life later. So that's how I used to look forward for my life. That's why it's of course it's not easy. I'm talking here, everybody gonna make this happen. Maybe not, but you need to first believe yourself, believe in whatever you learn, because you cannot do everything in your life only think that you can do. You need to learn how to do it. It's important. You need tools to do it. That's how I feel. That's how I live try
Yeah,
to.
that's it's a great story, man, and I 100% agree with you. Like, I'm a big believer in the mindset stuff and the law of attraction. I've had some pretty unique experiences myself. It seems kind of like magical, right? Like when you look back on it, but like it's real, man. Like if you believe in yourself and
Real, yeah.
and you live your life out that way, then these things will happen for you. And really all you have to do is not give up, right? And I think that's what makes us a little bit different entrepreneurs, right? Is for good or bad, we just don't give up. And we keep going to get what we believe in.
Yeah, we keep it going. We pivot. It's like, oh, this is not the business gonna happen anyway. So it's not happening this way right now. Let me pivot a little bit, see what I'm doing, what I can do different. That's exactly what I'm doing right now, especially after $1 million sellers. I have been like doing so much new stuff and getting much better results because I'm learning with the best people. I'm learning with the best group and stuff. So was good before. I was doing good before, but now I'm gonna do better. I'm doing better because I'm learning more. And then that's how you do for your life or for a business or whatever you want to do, you know.
How was it coming into the group with the mindset, the growth mindset that you have? I know, and myself included, like when I came in, kind of felt like I didn't have value to add. Like, oh my God, there's all these great people in here sharing all this great information. And I was a little hesitant. What was that like for you coming into MDS?
When I come to MDS, I got a big impact on that. Like you said, oh, okay, I'm always the person who want to give something. I never want to get to a place that I'm only going to get information, not give anything. I always I want to give something in general to the world, in general, for what I'm part of the group and stuff. Yeah, you have this feeling, oh, what can I add? And then I was like, oh yeah, a lot of people are really great in Amazon and stuff. So I think I can talk about like how I build my B2B business. I think I can talk about, it's really interesting because MGS is a group of business, but people talk about everything, right?
Yeah.
So I have been, especially in our group right now in Vegas, MGS chapter in Vegas, I have been talking about like workout, like lifestyle more to have a good, let's say, a good body and stuff when you do work. Health style, lifestyle and stuff. Yeah, I talk about this, but yeah, talk about business. Yeah, I came up with let's talk about how I did my business outside Amazon too. It's a different approach, no? So yeah, but when you get to the group, you feel like, oh, these people are amazing. They do an amazing job. And by the way, it's important to say, it's not only amazing doing the job. It's not amazing on Amazon, but amazing people. Like everyone that I met, it's like really incredible people. They talk about life in general, not only money. Like show off money and stuff like that. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like you meet these similar people, these like-minded people.
Yes, like-minded.
And they've ridden a different wave, to get where they are in life, to really express themselves the way they want to. And I think that's what leads to all the similarities in the conversations that we have about, fitness and diet and mindset and parenting and all these things, is that we have this open mind. This open mind is how I'd put it, to really just become better versions of ourselves, versus, feeling insecure about the way that we are, and the idea that we might need to make some changes in order to really accomplish the things that we want for ourselves. And I think that's what MDS really has, is it's like that ability to have those open conversations without anyone making you feel bad, or, without you feeling bad about yourself. And that just lays the foundation for unlimited growth, really, in any field, in any division of life. And that's what I really get out of the group, is those conversations. The Amazon stuff is great, but for me, it's nowhere near, the camaraderie, the friendship, the relationships that grow, out of
like
those.
I said, life growth. It's not business growth. It's life growth.
Right.
Growth, which is it's what's more important,
Right. And business is part of that, right? Business can be a part of that.
Business is part of life. It's not like it cannot be 100% of your life, Because how many people you see out there, they are really good in business and stuff, but they're not happy, something's missing, and then they don't treat well their family, or so many stuff that can happen, Yeah, that's what I like about MDS Group.
Yeah, it's tough to balance that, man. How do you work around that? Like, how do you balance work, life? I know you're big into fitness. How do you manage all that?
Yeah, first off, I want to talk about business and health. I always put my health together, or in first place. Like, for example, I need to go to the gym every day because if I have time to work, I need to have 1 hour for me to go to the gym. I need to make this happen. Another way for me to work on the work-life life. Actually, it's funny because a lot of people say work-life balance. I don't agree with that. Should be life-work balance, Now work first, life first. And then I'm trying to each time more and more have the opportunity to work from anywhere in the world, like travel more, have this freedom more and more. I work by myself. Usually we have an office. My office go much the office than me. I don't go very often to the office. I focus more here. I have my office in my house here. I work more from here, focus more. So when you do that, especially for me, I'm far away from a lot of my friends because they still live in Rio and stuff. So I also need to work on my mind and my, let's say, mind health, let's say, because you need to work on that. Okay, you make some improvements, you have something special in your life, you're missing that, but since you're missing that, you need to have other thing to make you happy. I always work on that. If you been deep here talking about it, yeah, that's how I have this. I manage this. Yeah, that's how I do.
Nice, yeah, man. I've kind of been falling short. I have a tougher time these days with kids. I've got 4 kids, one 11, and then we've got a 10-month-old baby. So, man, it can be tough. I actually hopped into a meeting.
Yeah.
I hopped into a meeting earlier this morning, putting my shirt on, all sweaty from finishing my workout, and I was 9 minutes late, right? And I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I got to do what I got to do, right? I can't give up working out because I know I'm not going to show up as the best version of myself if I'm not doing that. Life has certainly taught me that.
It's not only best version. It's not only best version of yourself. It's a basic thing that a lot of people don't do it. Man, our body, it's what sustains us. If you don't have a health body, you don't have a health business, don't have anything. A lot of people business, work, sit in the computer 12 hours, 14 hours, and then later on in 10 years, you're gonna have your back gonna hurt. You have a problem, and then or you get fat, and then a lot of stuff happen to you that you're not gonna have a. Actually, it's funny because if you do that, whatever money you make, you cannot enjoy later because you don't have health to enjoy.
Right.
Which is the society in general right now. You work. When you get 55, 60 years old, you're gonna enjoy your life. Okay, you're gonna enjoy your life, but it's tough to tell you don't have health to enjoy your life. So you have money, but you don't have the health to enjoy. You
Right.
have the time and money, but you don't have the health. So how about you get there with health, with money, maybe not that much, a little less, but with your health right there, and then you have the time.
Right. Yeah, I read a quote a long time ago. It was probably 10, 15 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. And it was a simple one. It just said, if you have your health, you can overcome anything that life throws at you.
I agree.
And I truly believe that. And it's just such an important thing to prioritize. And I think people are shifting that way. You know, like I remember back when I was younger and like, you know, my parents, it was just all about work, work, work. And it's nice to see people starting to, you know, care more about themselves and, you know, the things they put in their body and stuff like that.
Exactly. The stuff you put on body too. Yeah. A healthy body, and a healthy mind. With that, you can achieve anything.
Yep, 100%, man.
Anything.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about some of the stuff that you've been able to achieve. I mean, you mentioned that you have a B2B business as well, in addition to your D2C side off of Amazon. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and how did you get into the B2B side? Are you doing B2B on Amazon and your own website?
Yeah, so what happened was we start Amazon, and then when you start Amazon, you start to use some tools, like for example, Jungle Scout or Helium 10, whatever tool you use. You always have the data in your hands, and sometimes you have the data in your hands, and also you have the information that, okay, this is high demand, but this competition is hard too, and the price point is sometimes not that great. So the way we approach the business was kind of different, because we had the products to sell on Amazon. Instead of launch products on Amazon all the time, we decided to get a product who is completely aligned with a product that we had to sell on Amazon. Okay, it's high demand. If it's high demand on Amazon, it's high demand US. If it's high demand US, I can sell outside Amazon too if you don't have opportunity to sell on Amazon, or because the competition is high, or because it's a mix of the competition is high and the price point is really low because it's Chinese people selling that, Chinese companies selling that. So we took this approach and then started doing some tests. Okay, let's launch this. At the time we had 2 products on Amazon, and then we launched 5 outside Amazon. And then, let's try with this. And then we start selling on G2C site. Of course, it was not that much sales like Amazon, but was enough for us to understand that we could keep going, because we were at the time doing the business and didn't have like that much money that we spend for costs of employees and stuff like that, because it was online business, right? So you don't have rental, all the bills you have when you have a normal business. So we took this approach, and then we started doing that. As soon as we reach 10, and then we growing more, and then as soon as we start 10 different products, 10 SKUs, we start looking for the opportunities, and then we find out we could, it was growing, our niche, and it was growing, and then we start selling B2B. And then we started selling B2B on platforms like Fair, all the platforms, Tundra, Fair, and then we start selling on this platform, and then we start growing there. As soon as we growing there, we had the opportunity to grow more the amount of skills, because we had the business right there. We had the store that they could see a store. If they go to a store, they have 10 options to buy. Why not they have 20? Why not they have 30? And then we start growing that. And now we have about 55% Amazon and 50% of business outside Amazon. We have so much opportunities to grow. We right now, actually, with everything that I have been learning, we have been talking about business in general on the group and everything. I've been learning that I'm gonna push a little bit, have less skills, but cut it off like 10 or 15 skills to launch more products. And that's how we did it at the beginning. And then we, with all this cash flow, we like flow into Amazon into, and then we put it all together. You know?
Amazing. What do you think led you guys to be successful on those wholesale platforms like Tundra and Fair? Like, I'm sure, is it the product that has to do a little bit with it, or is it the way that you guys represented yourselves on those platforms? What do you think led to that success?
Yeah, it was a mix of high quality products, because first off, we have a brand and we are passionate about our brand and what we do. So we had the opportunity now to sell eco-friendly products, which help the environment, to eliminate plastic and everything. So it's a passion about us. We study everything about it. we learn everything about it. We watch so many documentaries and stuff. So we learn about this, watch how we can give better to the world, because that's another thing, like purpose in life. What's your purpose in life? What you want to do? When you die, you want people to see what Alberto did, what this brand did or whatever. So it's like doing business with a purpose. That was the first thing. And then we always show this for the customers. Have a high quality product always, because when you buy products, you have different types of quality. You have product A, product B, product C. It's like different qualities. We always get the high quality, which is like, okay, I want to get the customer, and the customer going to see that the value of our products because of the quality, and then they're going to buy other products because they know we have a high quality. And then we show this on the platform. We talk about our brand. We have an Instagram when you talk about the environment and stuff. So yeah, that was the approach we took to show our brand and show that we're really eco-friendly company and was not greenwash or anything like that. So yeah, we took real, we really put our heart out there, because that's another thing I believe. If you put your heart out there to do a business, it's impossible for you to don't be successful or don't make profit, because you put your heart out there, you make it with the best of yourself. And again, law of attraction, whatever you put good there, you get good back. So that's how we did that. And then we grow with this G-Pledge platform. Now we have a B2B, our own website too. And then we have a lot of more competition, but now we try to get more approach, like have more and more. Now, since we have more competitors, we have more certificates and stuff like that, So
Nice.
That's how we've been working right now.
Was this something you guys were passionate about before the business? You guys had an understanding of these products, or did you get more into it through the business?
Yeah, I learned more through the business. I was not 100% eco-friendly. I'm from Rio, so not eco-friendly at all there, especially at the time. I learned a lot with my wife. She was always eco-minded, let's say. She's from Seattle, so they always have this thing there, no plastic bags and stuff like that. So I always learning with her, and then when we start putting our first product, we learn, this product is gonna help a lot to eliminate plastic. And then when you got the first product, and then we understand, okay, we're not selling a product here only, we're doing something to the world. Every single people who is buying our product, every single customer, they're eliminating plastic instead of use this or the product. Okay, this is a good approach. Let's learn more about it. And then start learning more about it. Literally listen books, learning more about the environment in general. We learn so much stuff. That's why right now I'm vegan. I'm not vegan, I'm a pescatarian.
Okay.
More pescatarian. I'm vegan home because my wife is vegan. So I'm vegan home, let's say, but if I'm with friends, I can eat salmon or something like that, but I don't eat meat for over 3 years. All my proteins, plant-based protein powder and stuff. When I talk about my protein that I need for my workout and stuff, plant protein powder, all plant-based. And yeah, we learn more. That's how I feel about business. If you learn more about your niche or what you're going to sell, of course you're going to sell more, because you're going to know how to talk about it, how to approach the customer, what's your avatar, and everything. So that's how we did.
Nice, man. I wonder if Jeff Bezos, when he was starting Amazon, if he thought there'd be people out here, for one, building a life that they can live on their own terms, but then two, being passionate about making the world a better place. Amazon catches a lot of, negative, a lot of negative stuff in the media, and you don't hear these small stories that can really inspire someone else to finally make that decision. Hey, I'm going to sell my car too. I'm from Brazil, and I've always thought I could make it. And they hear this podcast and they're just like, yeah, I'm going for it, right? And that, to me, just does a lot for the world. Anytime someone can empower themselves to achieve what they want to achieve, I like to believe that person kind of spreads that joy, that happiness, that energy through the world, and you can't put, a number on that, right? Like that's just making the world a better place, in my opinion. And Amazon's out here doing that.
Yes, actually, make the world a better place. It's my philosophy, that's how I approach in life, how I live for, like whatever I need. Like instead of, unfortunately, humans are fascinating, right? We have amazing humans who make everything for us to be better, but some of them like bring all bad stuff. But I'm the one who believe that we can always bring the good to the world, and then like spread this word. Let's talk about this. Let's do this. Let's make an example. And about Amazon, it's incredible. Like where this go, right? So he created Amazon. He didn't believe like, okay, somebody can live off that.
Right.
Now, like all of these families of this entrepreneur, these businesses, people who have amazing products right there, and use the platform to get to the people, because it's a way for you to get to the customers. It's a way for you. Okay, he has a huge platform. When you can, not easily, but like you can get in front of people with less cost effective, let's say, because you don't invest in your own logistics and everything. They have everything for you to make it happen. And then if you put a good product out there, you're going to use this as a tool for you to do whatever you love to do. This is really important to say. Do what you love, do what you fascinate about, like what you like to do or like to sell is important too.
Yeah, I really believe there is enough opportunity in the world to where you can really do what you want to do. If you're passionate about something, do that. Just do it. I think that's not what we were told growing up, at least where I grew up, right?
No.
But I think those opportunities are out there.
Society. Yeah, that's a society. Like, oh, you need to work, you need to make money. Okay, you need to make money. Doesn't matter whatever you're gonna do. You need to make money. Okay, and so what? I'm gonna die, made money, or I'm gonna be 65 years old with money, and I was not happy my whole life because I was doing something that I was not what I'm passionate about. I know it's hard to say that because a lot of people, they need to do some things that they don't like. But you know what's my philosophy is? You can do whatever you don't want to do, but you don't need to do this your whole life. If you want to do something that you're passionate, let's say you're passionate to painting, but you cannot painting and survive and pay the bills for your kids, but you can do something to raise enough money for you to do painting there for living, let's say, or for that you don't need to. This is not your main income, but you're gonna do this because you love to do that, because you had time not to do that, or something like that. You, like I said, you do the hard first to have an easy life. Hard life first, easy life later.
Right.
Easy life first, hard life later. When you get like at the end of your days, or you don't have money, or you're not happy because which pass. Time is the most expensive, let's say, currency, and people don't realize that you cannot buy time.
Right, 100%, man. I've really learned that with watching my kids grow up. Like I've got the 11-year-old. Yeah, he's up to my shoulder. And then I have the 9-month-old, and it's like I remember my 11-year-old being that small, and it just seems like not very long ago. So the kids have really put that time thing into perspective for me, and the work thing as well, because I'm not going to get that time back. I can make money later. I can work hard later. That opportunity is always most likely going to be there for me. But to take my 4-year-old daughter out on a date for breakfast, right?
That's
That's
happiness. When you ask you what's happiness, that's another. When you talk about, since you talk about Amazon here, like Amazon gives this opportunity to how many people. I cannot talk about because I don't have kids yet. But like you have kids, a lot of members have kids, like most of them. Like the fact that they can have breakfast with the kids, get the kids for lunch, go get the kids to the school, see the kids growing because you're doing your business from your home. okay, you go to the office sometimes on the scale more, but it's not the same as you being an employee in a normal office, and you need to be there every day and stuff. So this is what it is. Like, if anybody's listening this right now, is not doing Amazon, not doing this type of business who give you freedom, work to make this happen, because freedom is the most expensive thing ever, and you cannot achieve if you don't work to that. Because it doesn't matter if you make a lot of money, but you need to be there in the office every day. It's like, if you don't want to do that,
Right.
Each people is different, of course, but like, to grow your kid, to have a kid, and then at the end, when you get like 60 years old or 50 years old, you see all your kids like 30 years old, 20 years old kids and stuff, and then you see, okay, the whole time they with me, like until they're 15, 16, like the whole time, and it's like, it's priceless. Literally.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's special. I definitely appreciate those moments, and the ability to just make that decision at any time really is priceless. Well, Alberto, before we wrap up, man, like, why don't you tell us a little bit about some things you're working on? Like, what's your big vision for your business? And what are you guys doing to get there?
So my big vision now is to have more certifications for some products, and we launch new products now to have more revenue, which means like people need to use all the time and stuff, like reuse, like the people buy all the time. And because you don't have that many this type of products, that's our goal right now. And I have a plan to start a new brand too, which is totally related to kind of eco and stuff like that. So I'm working hard on that too, to have a new brand, because that's going to be new for me. With all the learning I have from the group and stuff, it got me courage to do that, to make it happen. Yeah, that's my goal. And then for this year, if you talk specific for this year, for my brand, we're going to have like a growth, double our growth this year.
Amazing. Congrats on that, man. Good stuff. Well, we'll have to bring you back on in the future and see how things are going. It's amazing what you've been able to accomplish, and I'm excited to see where it all takes you. And thanks for coming on and sharing your story.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Like, it's a pleasure to talk with you here, and then it's a pleasure to talk a little bit about where I'm coming from, my life, and to show everyone that's possible. Whatever you want to do, it's possible. Doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter the language you speak. Whatever you want to learn, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Just put this in your mindset. If you put this in your mindset, you're going to tell your brain that you can do it, so you're going to do it. If you tell your brain you cannot do it, or I don't want to go to the gym today, the brain going to hold you off for not go to the gym today because you said you don't want to go. That's what I believe, the power of your mind. The power of your mind is everything to make happen stuff, with the correct tools, of course.
Right. Well, thanks for coming on and sharing some inspiration, man. I'm sure the listeners will really appreciate it, and we'll definitely have to get you back on in the future to see how things are going.
No, thanks so much. Yeah, it would be a pleasure.